Hey folks, it's Florida Deere here again with a video on picking up my leaves with my new Deere lawn vac. I've actually had it for a year, but this is my first chance at using it. I'm just kind of showing you where I've blown the leaves out from the flower beds and from the driveway and stuff like that to try to get them on the lawn so I can run over them with the tractor. I actually got this unit about a year ago, but I have my John Deere 425 all-wheel steer with a 2-bagger unit, and the pros of that, having that, was it was much more maneuverable. Obviously with the 4-wheel steer helped, but also it was tractor mounted, so it was very maneuverable in that sense. The only problem with it was the capacity of it wasn't that great. And I had to make constant trips to the backyard or into the woods if I was already in the backyard to dump leaves. As you can see here, I've got them kind of piled up pretty tall, so I'm almost plowing leaves as opposed to picking them up here. And ended up wearing my polo shirt because I came home from work and didn't want to change, so I was kind of like a throwback to the brochures of the 1980s, where it shows people in polo shirts and button-down shirts doing lawn work in their fancy diesel tractors. And so anyway, and it wasn't really a tribute, it was really I was just too lazy to change into my regular clothes. But as you can see, this is a tight fit right here. Little baby Jesus is about where we are, so I couldn't come this way through between the trees because we had a nativity set up at this time. This was 2 days before Christmas. I was just doing the leaf pickup in the front yard. Naturally, I blew out the walkways in the flower beds, and then forgot that I didn't blow off the roof, so I had to get up there and blow off the roof, and then kind of go back and redo those areas that I blew the leaves on again. And that's sometimes how it works out, I guess. But this unit, this Deere unit, is the second from the bottom one. They have one that's a little bit cheaper. This one was only $100 more. I think it was $1,100, and so I thought it was a pretty good deal. Again, it's not tractor mounted, so that's a little bit of a bummer, but it's not that big a deal. And it's worked out pretty good so far. Coming up, I did have an engine issue where the little, I guess it looks like a Chinese engine to me, with its little markings on it and stuff like that. I think it's supposed to be a Briggs & Stratton, but I'm not absolutely positive about that. The rest of it is supposed to be American made, but it did cut off once. Now, like a day or two later after this video, I did the backyard, which I'll have pics coming up soon, and it troopered on the whole time and didn't shut off at all. I did get the whole, one advantage to the tow behind versus my bagger on the 425 was I have plenty of capacity. I did the whole front yard, and I think it only filled it up about halfway. So the advantage to the tractor mounted stuff is the maneuverability. The advantage to these is the capacity. You can stuff that thing full of leaves and grass and stuff like that, and make very few trips to the backyard, or maybe just, I'd probably get the whole front yard. And I didn't mow the whole front yard. I was just doing basically leaf collection right here, and but it's worked out pretty good. Now with raking, I don't mind actually raking. It's the picking up the leaves I hate. And I think right here I noticed that the engine had shut off right there, so I kind of drew down the decks so it wouldn't be blowing, and went ahead to try to start it. I think it started up pretty quickly. It could have been just some bad gas too, so I don't want to scapegoat the engine on this quite yet, but it gives you an idea of it. And then it was a much dustier, even though it had just rained a few days before. I guess with the leaves they were able to dry out, and then that thing does chop them up pretty good, so it just creates a lot of dust debris that is going on there. It's blowing out the top, as you see the thing pointed up. The back of the top of the back of the hopper is constantly blowing like air out of there and stuff. They have sort of a mesh thing going on. So anyways, I'll let you listen to the sounds of the tractor and the DR unit as well. I think the DR is actually louder than the 3-cylinder diesel in this Ford. So anyways, I'll let you listen to it. So as you can see here, just cleaning up this part. I've kind of sped it up a little bit. You kind of get the idea of what's going on. I'm still kind of plowing leaves because the piles are kind of high, and the oak leaves don't make the piles as high. It's mostly the maple leaves, plus I was blowing out the the flower beds and stuff like that to keep that. So if I kind of keep on this more regularly, I'll probably be able to not have to plow through the leaves and just kind of collect them. Generally, all these leaves drop before Thanksgiving, but actually this year hardly any of them dropped until after Thanksgiving, and basically this, like I said, was 2 days before Christmas where it had dropped. So I'm finally getting a chance to get to them. The funny part was this was the 23rd of December, and the 24th of December we had a pretty sizable windstorm and then a real nasty thunderstorm that blew like basically the rest of the leaves on the ground. So this was, I wouldn't say all for naught, but I basically have to get out there again and hit them up again tomorrow, and which will be after this video is posted. But anyways, I did get the backyard squared away like a day or two after Christmas, and it went really well. The engine didn't shut off. I think it has fresh fuel now, so I don't think it might have been just like I said, the fuel issue with that. And as you look in here, you can see what's happened with the it's picked it up pretty good, and it's worked out pretty good pickup with the leaves here and around the nativity set, and it worked out pretty good. I was pretty impressed with the way it looked, and the way it worked out too was I was able to get everything blown out, picked up, and then on Christmas Day and then the next night we had 2 hard freezes where, in Florida, I mean, you guys probably laugh being up north, but when I say hard freezes, I just mean 32 or below for an extended amount of time, and it reached down to I think 25 or 26. I think both nights, maybe one night it was 28, I don't know, and ended up being so it was able to dial back and put the grass in whatever dormancy it needs to be. So now that I got the leaves cleaned up, we had 2 good freeze nights. Now I can tee up the sprayer with some 2,4-D, hit the lawn without killing the lawn and really affecting the lawn too much. I'll be able to dial back some of the dollar weeds, which is the real issue with my yard. And the 2,4-D does a great job though, but I just try to be a little judicious with it so it doesn't, you know, kill back too much of the St. Augustine grass. It doesn't really affect the Bahia, but it does affect the St. Augustine. Here are the shots after I was done with the backyard. I should have probably done before shots, but you kind of get the impression. I think it looks pretty good. I'm not sure how great they'll show up on the video, but it looks really good in person, I can tell you that. And anyways, if you've liked this video, I appreciate you hitting the like button, and also if you like more videos like it, please hit the subscribe button as well. Again, thanks for watching.